Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're going to be taking a first look at Stargate Timekeepers, a game that is set in the SG-1 universe, or the Stargate universe, which just came out today. This is a game that takes place within sort of the TV series' universe, the Stargate TV series. I believe it starts at the end of season 7. That was a 10-season run for that show, but it kind of diverts off to its own side story, I guess, after the Battle of Antarctica. Although the game doesn't really tell you any of this, it kind of relies on you to like know what the heck is going on, as if like you know what the Stargate sort of storyline is, which I grew up watching Stargate, sort of, like my parents were really into it, so it was on a lot, but I won't say I ever like sat down and followed it, but I'm curious to, give the game a go. It's a real-time tactics, sort of like a stealth tactics game. But let's go ahead and jump in here and start a new game. We're going to play on normal difficulty. Maybe I should be playing story. I don't do a lot of tactics type games like this, but we'll play on normal and we'll see. So you can see Battle of Antarctica, where you start. I believe it's a 14 mission campaign. The first 7 are out now. The game is not technically in early access. It is released fully with the 7 missions, and they will have a free update later to add the other 7 missions. But like, you get a little bit of a brief, description, a little bit of a briefing here about what's going on, but it doesn't really like explain anything. It's just like, who Anubis is, who the system lord, the Goa'uld Empire is. Like, it just assumes you know all this stuff, which is, I think, a little strange. I don't think I can change any of this. I think this is all just. There's 2 characters that you play with in this first mission, Eva and Max, and I think they just have different traits here. Because it doesn't look like I can like select anything per se. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. It's taking place during the Battle of Antarctica, which is at the end of season 7 in the show. So that's the game I want to play. I want to play as a fighter pilot. Instead, it's gonna be a tactics game, which it'll be fun too, but that was just a little cutscene to open up the action, if you will. So this is one of our characters. I believe this is Eva McCain, who I think is a major. Over here. And then our other character, Max Bolton. Okay, so she was shot down. I don't know what happened to him and why he's just chilling around. Okay, so. Okay, so there's like a lot of implied knowledge in here,
cliff, if it fell down on top of them,
which I don't really have much of the detail. I know the Stargate's like the little silly thing you can turns on and you walk through and it transports you. But it's gonna be kind of. This is pretty typical, I think, for these kind of games where you've got like this pathway, you've got to navigate, you've got to avoid the, the bad guys, their cones of vision, all of that stuff.
Now they've got to make it work.
But you can see there's 2 characters here that we control, basic controls. You can see here we've got Max.
Sure thing.
I just right click where I want him to go and he walks. Once we get up toward the enemy, then we're going to need to worry about like whether they can see us or not.
Got an idea? Oscar Mike.
All right, so now we also have control Eva. So we've got 2 characters here. You can say I have different traits down here along the bottom. We've got a gun stock strike, which I guess is just a punch right now because we have no weapons. There's a bullet. I guess Eva can throw a spent bullet casing. I don't know where she got the spent bullet casings. Maybe they're falling from the fighters that are flying above. There's a submachine gun which we don't have yet. Some other traits for weapons we don't have yet. We can interact with our objects in the environment, and then the ability to crouch to move more stealthily. Now, we're behind this ice rock here. Our objective is to get... God, I don't even know. We gotta navigate this path to get somewhere. We're trying to get to where they're trying to break through the ice, which is... Man, this is... Okay, it's over here. So we're trying to get over here. See, there's a lot of stuff in the way. There doesn't seem to be a lot of free roaming options. It seems like it's a pretty linear path that we have to go down. Maybe a couple of different potential pathways, but this little thing kind of keeps popping down every once in a while, reminding you to save. Kind of pops down pretty frequently. But if we click on this, all these guys are bad guys. So if we click on this bad guy here, you can see this is his cone of vision. Sort of the solid green cone is like, he will see you if you're there. The striped cone is like, he can sense movement. He can possibly see you. If you're moving stealthily, I believe, like if you're crouching, then he can't see you if you're in that sort of hash cone. There's also another trait here for Max specifically where he can activate a camouflage device and he can't be detected when he's not moving. So that's kind of a nice little trait. To choose the different characters, you just click back and forth between the two here. I don't know why Max is like stuck on something. You've got 3 health bars. You die pretty easily in this, so that's something to keep in mind. But I'm gonna test this theory out of this being sort of a not a very, yeah, okay, so you can see I just moved through the hashed marked area and he didn't see me while I was crouched. Can we move over here? We can. All right. So this also, again, it gives you sort of perfect vision of where the enemy can see. There are additional bad guys over here. They all have different cones of awareness, if you will. These 3 guys are like picking at ice or something, so they're obviously not very observant to what's going on around them. This other dude is directing them, so he's also not observant. So really, this is the only guy who's sort of searching, if you will. But we're kind of past him now, so we can go ahead and move like this way.
Hey.
Trying to get down here. There's no real alternative path, so we will just...
Here we go.
Oh.
What is it?
I guess move this way. Keep moving stealthily, because if you don't move stealthily, I think you make noise and things like that, and they might be able to hear you.
Right on it.
This dude, we're just gonna knock him out. You can see we put him to sleep for a little while. He's got the little zzz. I don't like. I think he might wake up and be a little bit alerted, but we'll be past him, so he won't.
It's funny seeing you here.
That's
You can select multiple units by clicking, you know, creating a box.
Bolton, we need to focus, okay?
Roger that, McCain.
There's some sort of dialogue going on between these two. Obviously, they have a past. Probably like lovers or something, I'm guessing. I don't know. All right. I wonder if you can turn off that quick save drop down, because that is kind of annoying to take up the top of the screen there. But anyway, so we're now down to this sort of box. There is another bad guy who is sort of scanning this way. It's not going to be able to get to him. Not going to be easy to get to him, because you can see again he's scanning, but his solid cone of vision here basically goes as soon as we get past this ice block. So we stealthily move through his sort of periphery, but once we get to this solid cone, we can't really, you know, get past it easily. There's also this other dude who's sort of patrolling and walking around a bit. So I think what we could do is we could select Eva, go ahead and use a spent shell casing we can throw to kind of get his attention. And then we go, maybe this'll...
To pick up those casings, Litterbug.
Bite me.
No, didn't work. She wasn't close enough.
Got it.
Can this guy see me from where he's going? I think this rock blocks me. I can't see both of their cones of vision. I'm going to throw the shell casing once that other guy steps away. All right, so you can see that got his attention. He's like, huh? And so he looks over that way, which gets him to look away from where we're going. And now we got past him to this rock. The reason I went over here is because there's a gun here. So one of our objectives here is to obtain a firearm for Eva. There are some bad guys over here. There's 2 of them, I guess, searching this dead body. Now we can use, I think, what is one of the more interesting abilities in this game is when you pause time down here, because this is real time, you can synchronize movements. So there is a tactical mode where you either execute an order right away or synchronize 2 individuals' movements. So we're going to do that. We're going to have Eva sort of knock this guy out. We're going to have Max knock this guy out. You can see this is sort of the forecasted direction they're going to go. Both these cones are away, so they shouldn't spot us. And then we're going to synchronize them so they do them at the same time. So knocking one guy out won't happen like slightly early, allowing the other to assist. So move up this way. Boom, boom. Both put to sleep. We'll select Eva. We'll use the use button here, and we'll have her pick up the firearm. Why is she not doing anything? Did I not use the execute button?
Let's move. Seems functional. It'll do.
Now we got to get these guys out of here before these bad guys wake up.
Right on it.
I don't know if they're gonna like look toward us. Oh, they did. Shit.
Roger.
Surrender.
God damn it.
Mike.
Get out of there. You're very fragile.
We'll go.
Oh, we're fucked. All right, so there's probably no way that we can win this fight. I guess we do have a firearm. But neither of our characters can die. If they do, the game is over. So we'll synchronize these movements. She's not going to use her firearm, is she? Okay, that was dumb. All right, I'm not very good at these kind of games, so I've edited this I've edited this so I'm not, you know, dying a million times. But whoa, whoa, whoa.
Go ahead.
Whatever. I don't think we actually need to synchronize our attack, so
Right on it.
go ahead. You both just go up there and deck these guys. There you go. All right. Go ahead and grab the gun
Got it.
using the grab button,
Seems functional.
and then
It'll
get
do.
out of there. Throw a shell casing.
We'll go.
Attract his attention. Why don't you
Now
both
you're
sprint out
talking.
of there? And then you can both hide. All right, so now that we're behind this rock, let's see. I'm not sure what the best way is to move forward. I'm gonna try, let's do a crouch, put this guy around here. Is there a way we can sort of convince this guy to look to the right? And then maybe we can sneak past him, because you can see there's a rock sort of cover on the lower part of the screen. There's this sort of patrolling character on the left side. So I think if we throw this casing here, the intended victim will look right, and then we can move behind him, maybe knock him out first to keep him out longer,
Right on it.
and then have both our characters sort of sprint for behind cover. He's like, oh, I see you. But then we just knocked him out. The other folks are alerted, you can see with the exclamation points, but they didn't actually see anything. And with us moving in behind this cover, I think we're safe. I don't think they can see us back here. So like, they're all like, huh? And then of course the guy who actually did see us and was knocked out, well, he's just fine. Like, I'm not gonna go search for where they went. I'll just stay here, and you know, I'm not gonna alert anyone to the fact that these guys just walked by me. Now I'm actually gonna go ahead and go kinetic. So the machine gun that Eva has sort of a cone of fire. There's 3 bad guys over here on the left that you can see, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move in behind them. And I'm going to use my submachine gun and hopefully mow all 3 down. I'm gonna wait for this guy to clear, so he's coming back over to the right. You can see these two bad guys, their cones are not very far, like they can't see very far. So once this guy who moved over here to the upper right moves back and is looking away, I'll come in behind him, outside the range of sort of that guy on the far wall's line of sight, and hopefully use my SMG here to just mow all three guys down. I don't love the way the game handles awareness. Oh, here we go. Got them all. I don't love the way that the game handles awareness, because you can clearly see the guy we just knocked out didn't search anywhere and didn't hear the gunfire, which was like what, 10 yards to his left. Didn't come running.
Ready? Let's go.
But either way, I don't play a lot of these games. This could be kind of standard. I'm not a big sort of tactical stealth style player, and frankly that's what this game is. This is definitely a game that leans heavy into the tactical stealth element, and maybe that's just standard for these kind of mechanics, but unless the SMG had a silencer and we just don't know about it, I guess that's possible. It didn't sound silent, but
What is
anyway,
this?
we got to keep moving up. We've got to get to the cannon for the ship, which is a ways away. We've got to sort of navigate this next section here, so we're kind of up on this rise.
Well,
it doesn't look like there's really
the key points.
anything
Really haven't
immediately
changed at
here.
all.
You've got our characters sort of talking to each other. Again, they clearly have some sort of shared history. I'm assuming that'll be fleshed out more in the story as the game goes on.
Roger.
But we're gonna swing around here along this ice rock wall up to the next sort of tutorial marker. Individual up on this crashed, I think it's a crash ship up on the right, can't see out of it. So I think we're safe here. We'll go ahead and save. And I died a couple of times, and I'm reloading the save here. Now, I will say, guys, I know you're probably like, well, why don't you show us when you die? Because I'm bad at these kind of games. So, you know, I showed you the first time I think we died earlier, but I don't really want to show you me dying like 10 times in this sequence, because it did take me a while to figure this one out before I didn't die. So that's, you know, it's not fun to just watch someone die 5 times while they struggle. Anyway, we're going to throw the shell casing behind this guy, so he kind of turns around and is like, oh, and then we're going to quickly walk, not stealth, but quickly walk, because he's going to turn around quicker than we can move past him. And then we switched over into crouch because we were still sort of on the periphery of his vision. So we switched over into crouch in order to not be detected there. And now we've sort of made it past all these other individuals, and there's another guy over here sort of guarding this portion of the crashed ship. So we've got this guy guarding sort of this little room, I guess I would call it, where this next question mark is. And he's kind of looking back and forth. So we're going to have to use the shell casing again to sort of draw their vision away from, you know, where we need to go. We're going to go in behind him. We're going to have to wait because there's someone up here in this corridor who's sort of he's looking where we need to go. But we'll throw this shell casing. We'll move both these individuals in quick. They'll come in behind him, and then we'll move forward there. So we're safe in behind him. It's telling us about coal warriors, which are sort of genetically engineered super soldiers. There's one of those standing on that kind of box up here by this flame. But first things first, we got to deal with the guy in front of us. I think, do we want to kill him or just knock him out? Maybe we just knock him out. Got to get up here. There's sort of a corridor. There's this coal warrior on this box. There's these patrolling individuals here. First things first, I think what we'll want to do is we'll want to advance up into sort of the corner, but where this other question mark is. I believe it's outside the line of sight of anybody, so we'll just knock this guy out. We'll save ammo. You don't have unlimited ammo. The SMG, we used 1 of 5, so you don't have a ton of ammo to expend on killing folks if you're trying to blast your way through things. We'll take a look at this question mark, see what it says. Okay, so apparently there's like an object we can create a bridge with, it looks like, and then bypass this narrow corridor and bypass this coal warrior, which, by the way, coal warriors are immune to a lot of the weapons that you might have. You can use certain weapons to disable them, but it's a temporary thing. I don't know how exactly you kill them, but like standard SMG, not gonna hack it. So I want to avoid that corridor because I think my sniper rifle that I picked up a little while ago can knock them out, but there's also 2 other guys in this corridor, so it's probably just easier to knock this wall down. Hope that these 2 individuals to the left don't hear anything and then move across the way. And if not, then we'll die. But given the way that sound doesn't seem to be a major factor in folks picking you up, I'm guessing that using this opportunity, this barrier here, will be something safe. And also the game's, I mean, the tutorial basically is telling me, hey, there are these opportunities. So I'm assuming that will be something I can do without too much risk. So we'll go ahead and send him over there and push those boards down. It did raise awareness. So one of the 2 guards was like, hey, I'm going to go check this out. Except he didn't look to where the actual noise came from. He went the long way, so it allowed us to kind of sneak through there. Meanwhile, we're on to sort of the next segment of the map here. We could go down on this sort of icy frozen area, but instead we're going to use this, I guess, ice land bridge up on top of the screen.
Roger.
It looks like there's an individual giving a speech to a whole bunch of Goa'uld warriors. I'm going to avoid that because the Goa'uld warriors are all looking the other direction, and the guy giving the speech isn't looking up on the rock wall. So we'll just move past him that way easily enough. See what this next tutorial item has. Goa'uld disruptors. So again, talking back to these super soldiers, not easy to kill, but you can sort of knock them out or disable them. So it's sort of telling us how to do that. Our SMG, or not, sorry, our sniper rifle has an actual Goa'uld disruptor functionality, which is kind of, again, you like shoot him and it knocks him out. It doesn't kill him. So we're going to go ahead and do that to this guy, because again, the tutorial basically told us to do that. You can see number 4 there. Do that, it knocks him out. He's asleep for a little while. These other individuals chatting at the bottom of the ice corridor don't see us go right past them. We'll come in behind this ice rock for some cover. It's also telling us we can whistle and use camo to lure enemies to our location. But the Goa'uld warrior is about to wake up, so let's get out of there quick.
Right on it.
All right, we're around the corner. So I guess the Goa'uld warrior is aware, or like he might have heard something, or he's kind of maybe less of an idiot than some of the other individuals. So he's kind of like, wait, someone knocked me out. Well, I should move around a little bit at least to try and find them. I don't know why he's got that weird accent. They definitely don't sound like that in the show, but.
Roger.
All right, so he looked around for a little while, changed his mind. There's 2 bad guys up here, one sitting, not really being aware, and the other is sort of scanning this area here. Kind of feels like just avoiding radar windows for this game. But you can see this guy sort of looking around. We'll throw a shell casing that should distract him, and then we can sneak up on these guys probably and kill them, I would guess. That'll be the strategy. We'll throw a shell casing and then sneak up on them. So just waiting for it. All right, so I'm gonna throw the shell casing, and then maybe we'll synchronize our movements to knock these guys. And that didn't catch anyone's attention, so we're gonna have to try that again. There's a cooldown on the shell casing thing. I wonder how many shell case. You've got limited ammo, but apparently unlimited shell casings. I guess in theory it could be anything, right? You could get like an ice rock or whatever, but. All right, let's throw it. All right, pause. I would have put the throw shell casing in sort of the tactical mode and tried to synchronize the attack, but what I have noticed is I've struggled to get the shell, like it doesn't stagger your synchronized movement between these guys as throw shell case, now go. And also I because I synchronized my movement, my one guy moved in front of the other guy who wasn't disabled and attracted his attention. So I guess it synchronizes the end of the first movement, which is punching and knocking both of them out, but it didn't synchronize the actual like vision cones, which I guess makes sense. That's kind of on me. But again, knocked them both out. They're like, huh? All right, I'm just gonna go back to what I was doing before. And now we've got to move on to the next section here, which I don't know. There's a bunch of guys down here. I don't know if we can easily get past them. There are some boxes. There is some cover down here, but this is going to be a tricky one because there's a lot of bad guys around here, and several of them are looking right to where I need to go. Maybe coming in behind the boxes and going down this way, because this is where we need to go. That's where the ship's cannon is, down by all these guys. But yeah, Anyway. All right, guys, so this is where I ran into a bit of a brick wall for quite a while in this spot on the map. I could not figure out how to get past. There are two guards sort of just beyond this passageway. One of them basically blocks your view, and then there's a patrolling guard who can see you if you get too far down this passageway, depending on where he is. I tried a bunch of different tactics. I tried brute forcing my way through, but there's Cull warriors over on the right, and apparently the sniper rifle is loud. The SMG just isn't, and they can't hear you. What I found kind of worked was whistling to draw one of the enemy back, and then while he's knocked out, you try to sneak through here, and then you do you know, you punch, knock out one of the guys, and then use your blinding shot, which is sort of a sniper shot against the sort of roaming guard, and then you work your way down toward the bottom left where there's cover, like you're at a lower elevation. There's bins and things between you and where the bad guys are, and they can't really see you. Meanwhile, you're getting exposition from the characters kind of talking more about what's going on in the world, and you know, the typical awareness of, if it's a question mark, they're not going to search too hard for you. They're just going to go back to their daily routine. If it's an exclamation point, they will stay alerted for quite some time at that point in time. And then, you know, I probably should be using the synchronized moves for the tactical weapons here, but I will say in that last area, I did not find a synchronization that worked, and it just, I don't know, I just like, whatever, let's just do it this way. Go to a corner, whistle, draw him in, knock the guy out, and then get the other two. And then at this point, you want to throw sort of a casing, because there's two individuals down here. One guy trying to keep warm by the fire, the other guy kind of searching. The guys to your right, as long as you stay on the left side of the wall, can't see you. So you basically, my idea is throw a casing here, cause this guy to look back, and then you can sneak around the corner and make a run for it. That's what I eventually do. What I did here was, hey, let's knock these guys out so it's easy, except I forgot about the guy by the fire who could easily see me. So I did knock them out, but their commotion drew the other guys up from the other spot on the map, and they came in and killed me. But let's try that again, shall we?
Yes.
All right, so we'll try that again. I'll be a little bit more precise in where I throw my casing, and then we'll just make a sprint for it. As these guys both look back, we'll select both our characters, and they're going to get stuck, so we're going to have to wait for a second. There's some pathing improvements that could be made for the game for sure, but we'll wait for them to look back. Although the guy by the fire, you can see his awareness actually didn't get disrupted. I didn't throw the casing in the right spot to draw his attention away, so now I'm going to throw it a little bit deeper to draw both their views behind them. And now that they're both behind them, I just double right click to where I want to go, and double right clicking automatically pulls my guys out of crouch and into sprint mode, so they can get out of there quicker before the other, you know, the bad guys' awareness is raised. And so we'll duck down here, and this is the cannon. This is what we have to take control of to beat the level, I believe. So we're down here in the last section of the map. Trying to get by a whole swarm of guys. There are, what, 4 guys up here, sort of this first section. Then in the center of the ship, there's another 4 guys. There's a couple of guys to the sort of north or upper right section of the screen here now, and a whole bunch. So, frankly, at this point, I just say, fuck it. I'm going kinetic. That's what I feel like doing. We're just gonna try killing everybody. I've got a sniper. He reloads pretty quick.
Sure thing.
You know, maybe they'll hear me, maybe they won't. But let's go ahead and see, you know, what we can do here. So I'm trying to get to a spot where I can get a good line of sight, and I can start killing fools.
I don't think so.
And you got 2 guys sort of talking here. Their awareness is pretty limited. You've got 1 guy you've got 2 guys patrolling, one sort of going back and forth, and then this other individual at the bottom of the map is also sort of, he's got some awareness as well.
Awaiting orders.
But first things first, we're going to go ahead and try and sneak through, get a little bit closer. Maybe we can use our SMG. Eva has 1 health bar, so you can take basically 3 hits and then you're dead, at least in this opening mission. Actually, there's 5 guys down here. But you can see we're kind of sneaking around.
No problem.
I think at this point, you know, I had died like 20 times by now, I think. And I was just getting a little frustrated saying, let's just start killing folks. But we got to do it smart because you can't just blaze away. The SMG is a very limited sort of cone of fire, and the snipe and takes a long time to reload. And the sniper is a faster reload, but you know, it's one shot at a time. And with as fragile as you are in this game, that can be challenging. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to wait for him to kind of clear out of here, and then we'll snipe this one guy here by this rubble pile. So that's one guy down. He's like, oh, is there awareness? Apparently the loudness of the sniper rifle varies greatly based on, I don't know what it's based on, but it varies greatly. So we'll go ahead, and this guy's coming back. I can't hit him from here. I've got to wait for him to come closer. I want to snipe him before he's aware of that. Oh, they're all aware of the dead body now. I'll shoot this guy.
Oscar Mike.
Oh, he didn't shoot him.
Let's
Oh yeah,
move.
I did. So I got 2 dead bodies. They're investigating. They're like, hey, why are these guys on the floor?
Sure thing.
Now those 2 are alerted, so you've got the exclamation point, which basically means they're like, we know there's an intruder and we are going to look for a long time to try and find him.
Here we go.
I can hit this guy from here, so I will do that. I've only got 3 rounds left, which basically means I can kill 3 more bad guys, and this is only the first section of this ship. But in any event, I got another guy.
Let's go.
So that's nice. And I'm figuring if I clear out this first section, then getting through 1 or 2 sort of areas will be a little bit easier. But let's go ahead and snipe this guy. We get him.
Here we go.
There was a guy on the other side of the ice, so I drew his attention. He's after me now. He's gonna kind of come toward me.
Need something? Now you're talking.
He wasted a burst of SMG thinking we could easily kill him. He wounded Max twice, so you can see Max and Eva are both on their last legs. He is knocked out. He is not dead. And you know what? I'm just gonna wait for him to come back alive, because there's no, I did see when the first time I played this, and I don't know, there must have been something there you go. It's just, he's like, oh, groggily getting up, and Eva just guns him down with the SMG. There is, I don't know exactly how I found it, but I know the first time I played through this, there was an ability to tie guys you knock up, like tie them up. And I couldn't, like, I don't remember where that was or how I did that. But I think maybe you can get like rope as a resource, where if you incapacitate someone, then you can tie them up and they kind of stay incapacitated without actually killing them. I swear, unless I'm like hallucinating that. Anyway, I cleared out that first section. I got an achievement actually for killing those bad guys. It seems like there's fewer guys sort of to the north of the ship. There's more in the middle. Like, I'm not going to go straight through there. There's 4 guys in here. Their awareness isn't very good, but they're all hanging out there. So like, maybe I could go in there, punch 2 of them, SMG 2 of them, and make a run for it. But I don't really feel like doing that. Again, I don't have a ton of ammo left. I think Max has 2 shots left, so we can kill 2 more guys outright like that. But I think we're going to move north. There seems to be some rubble we can use the cover of to get through here. And I will, guys, I'll admit, like, you're like, you're not using all the mechanics and you're playing this horribly. I don't usually play games like this. I'm not usually a squad stealth tactics game. I played Partisan 41, or I think that's what it was. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that, but that was more tactical, like traditional combat, and less, there was stealth, but it was less pure stealth. This is like, this is pure stealth and like knocking folks out. Also, it'd be nice if you had knives. Like, if I'm gonna knock a guy out, it'd be cool if I could slit his throat. Not to get all gory, but you know, like, he's knocked out. There's got to be a way to permanently incapacitate him. Maybe it's that rope thing, but the idea that you got to wait for him to get back up is kind of silly, I think. So at this point, I'm kind of trying to figure out, like, well, maybe I whistle, maybe I draw this guy in, maybe he can come after me. Then I realize there's another guy sort of sitting just to his right, so that'll be a little bit more tricky. I can actually get up to this next section of cover here, which he can't see behind, as long as I just move stealthily. So I'm going to try and use the debris in this level to get around and not have to kill everyone, because frankly, I don't have the ammunition to keep doing that. I also don't have the health. Again, one more hit and we are goners. So moving up here. Okay. Does it make sense to whistle? You know, honestly, I'm thinking if we just throw a casing, we can distract him long enough that I can sneak in through here. Because the guy who's sitting, his awareness is sort of straight away and short. The threat is this Joff warrior back here who's sort of patrolling. So if when he's away, I gotta see where his vision is when he comes back. So he's kind of looking off to the right. He's looking out toward the back. And then it looks like this piece of rubble does block his awareness, so I can hide behind that. So we'll throw a casing at the guy on the left, draw his view down, and then scurry in behind this other piece of rubble. We'll be past these two here and just have to worry about the roaming guy. So throw that. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, let's wait until this guy patrols again. Just keep waiting. All right, throw that shell casing, draw it down, and then make a run for it. We should be clear now.
Got an idea?
Make sure to stack both our characters up behind this sort of piece of rubble, and we are good. So he can't see me here. And then we'll make a run for the back rock, I think it is. Should probably save it too, right? I'm not sure where the best pathway is to get by him, because he can see almost everything. There's a small area that he can't see in the back. But let's go ahead here. When he leaves, we saved it, so if we die, we're good. Not sure about that other individual, if there's anything I need to be worried about him. He's kind of patrolling sort of the interior. We're trying to get to this sort of this piece of rubble in the center of the spaceship. That's actually, there's a cannon there, and so that's what we're trying to use. That's what we beat the level. We'll pull a rock pile down on him if we do that. So we're moving in behind this guy now that he's moved away. Now we'll sprint for the back corner. I think he can't see it, or we think he can't see us. So that's good. And now we just have to figure out how best to move through here. Oh, wait. No, I'm outside. Looks like I'm outside. Looked like I was outside his cone of vision. It looked like we were on the very edge of the hash.
Oscar,
let's try that again.
Let's move.
Try again. Yep.
Oh, god damn it. You know what? Fuck it. So again, this is the kind of stuff of a guy who doesn't play these kind of games is dealing with. So if you're into these kind of games, by the way,
now
like,
you're talking.
all the power to you. This would be probably the type of game you would enjoy. In my case, I would rather just shoot people.
That might work, but we should vary our
And even like
tactics.
Eva's like, that might work, but maybe not. Maybe that's not the right approach. Meanwhile, the other guy here who's sort of patrolling in by the cannon's like, wait a minute, what? There's a dead body here. I'm waiting for the cooldown to go away. I got one bullet left and I knock him down too. So we got two of the guys in and around the cannon. I think we're good. I think the cannon is open for us to come up to and sort of do whatever. I think I just have to right click on the cannon and then I'll take control of it. Why is it not?
Sure thing.
What do I have to do? Oh, shift left bump, left mouse button. Okay, so click that. And it looks like I've got to go up to this corner here, and then we get the cutscene. Okay, so I believe that's going to be the end of the level. But you can see here now you're going to get a little bit of a cutscene. Our character's sort of sneaking around the cannon.
Cover me.
Roger.
Cover me, Roger. All right, so she's going to go into the cannon and get it running. Sniper rifle guy's gonna cover her. You'll notice that the 4 guys who were over there, there's only 2 now for the cutscene. So
I think I've got
anyway,
it.
my sniper
your
is covering him. Got 1. The other guy's gonna shoot. I'm gonna get him 2. Apparently, I've magically got more bullets for the cutscene. Cutscene ammo.
Let her rip.
And now Eva's gonna fire at the rock wall here. These guys are trying to get into the SG-1 inside that cave, but
Hopefully that'll buy SG-1
a
some
ton
time.
of ice just
Let's
fell.
move out.
It's a victory. So that's gonna be it for Stargate. Timekeepers, you see the first mission. Completion time 31 minutes. That's more like an hour plus with all the times I died, alarms triggered, all those stats. And then you're back and you're on to the next mission, which is Resistance. That being said, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I probably won't play this again. There's definitely other content out there if you're looking at checking it out. Slytherin gave me a copy of the game and I figured, hey, I'd take a look. I've played other real-time tactics games and enjoyed them. This game leans more heavily into stealth than a lot of the stuff I usually look at for that genre. And while I think stealth games are really cool, this one feels like a bit of a slog for me personally playing. And so we probably won't play this again on the channel unless there's an overwhelming response and you guys want to see me struggle. Because, you know, sometimes it's fun to watch folks you like to watch, you know, struggle. Which I edited a fair bit of that out in this episode, but certainly we could do more. Let me know your thoughts, though, guys. This is Stargate Timekeepers, a new game out by Slytherin, and it is available on Steam. Link in the description if you are interested. Thanks to Slytherin for the copy of the game. It's definitely interesting, a different look. I haven't been super close to Stargate. Slytherin seems to be really going hard into the IPs. They did Battlestar Galactica a while back with some excellent games there. They've got a Terminators game coming out soon, I think. If it's not, I don't think it's out yet, but they've got a Terminators game coming out soon. And then they also have Stargate, which is now out, and we'll be releasing more episodes. I think they've got half the game out now, the other half coming later. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. I'm curious to see it down in the chat, and I'll get out of your hair. That's enough of me rambling. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer, as always, saying thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.